an abridged version of our story since it's so late, okay? You want to get us started?
Once upon a time, a galaxy far, far away.
Okay. Now we're doing which story you said you wanted, Hoth. Okay. So there we are. And several years had passed since the Death Star was exploded by a certain Luke Skywalker. And this angered Darth Vader so much that he was searching the entire galaxy for the rebel forces because he was a little upset that they blew up his little project, and he pouted every day about it. He was like, I want to find Luke. Wah, 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 wah. I am Darth Vader, and I'm also the Lion King. Anyway, so he sent probes out all over the universe, and one day a probe crash landed on a planet called Hoth. And the only thing good about Hoth was their Hoth dogs. They made the best Hoth dogs in the entire galaxy. And I mean these things, I don't know what they were made of. Maybe they were made of wampa or something. But anyway, this probe crashed. The rest of the planet is just ice, 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 and snow, and ice, and ice, and snow. And they have these little creatures that are made of ice or crystals. Maybe it's made of crystals. I don't know. It's very cold, whatever it is. And so every day, people would have Hoth dogs and ice cream, and they enjoyed it quite a bit until one day that probe crashed. And Luke was like, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I think Darth may have found us. I'm going to go check it out. And they're like, okay, don't get eaten by a wampa. And he's like, what's a wampa? And he goes, oh, never mind. And then he walks away. And he jumps on his tauntaun and he starts bibbity-boppity-ing out. And he's just going along in the snow, bibbity-bobbity-boo, bibbity-bobbity-boo. And then all of a sudden, smack! He's out. He doesn't know what happened. All he knows is when he woke up, he was being tied up in a cave by this goofy-looking creature called a wampa. And apparently the wampas are named that because they wampa you on the side of the head and knock you out and drag you to their cave and eat you. And Luke's like, well, this is a fine predicament. I'm hanging here and the world's upside down. And he's thinking, wait a minute, is the world upside down or am I upside down? So he starts concentrating really hard, and all of a sudden his lightsaber flies into his hand, and he reaches up and he cuts the ropes, and he falls down and bonks his head, and little stars are going around his head. Tweet, 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 tweet. And then he gets up because the wampa's coming. He's like, whoop-pow! And he wampas the wampa. And then he tries to get out of there, but when he goes out, it's so cold and he can't find home that he started to freeze. And then he remembered he had a Hoth dog in his pocket. And the special thing about Hoth dogs is you didn't have to cook them. They just stayed hot the whole time. No reason why. And so he used the Hoth dog and cut it open and ate little pieces of it to keep himself warm until he ran out of Hoth dog. And then he looked over at the tauntaun. He's like, the tauntaun had died, so he's like, hey, sorry, buddy, but I'm going to have to climb up in there. And so he did. He sliced it open with his lightsaber and climbed in. And then Han, after, so many hours, is like, where's my buddy? Don't see him. We were scheduled to play Tiddlywinks together, and I cannot find him. So I'm going to have to go look for him because he has the Tiddlywinks with him. I can't find him anywhere.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
First, I'll do the first part. You'll do the second part.
That's a great idea. Oh, I like that. Okay. So then Han is like, I'm going to go look for my buddy. And then, go ahead, JJ. What did Han do?
He got cut open.
Han did? Or the tauntaun?
Tauntaun got cut.
Yeah. And then Luke crawled inside of him, huh? And then what did Han do when he was worried about Luke?
He
That's right. But at least he wasn't frozen. And then Han took him and put him on a little sleigh, and they rode back to the base, and he got him nice and made him some hot cocoa and put his feet in hot soup, and then they ate the soup, which was really gross, but that was just something they did on Hoth. Incidentally, the soup was still quite delicious. I don't know how they did that. Anyway, so Luke gets better, and then all of a sudden, here comes Darth and his bad guys. But luckily, Hoth had some shield action, so Vader couldn't actually fire at him from space. And then, go ahead, JJ.
Luke fired.
At what?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader's still in space. How did Darth Vader get down there?
I need your hand.
Where is it? Oh. And then Darth had to send his, there you go, had to send his forces down to the planet with these big giant things called, ow, honey, that hurt. That wasn't funny, that hurt. These big giant things called tildies. Oh, are you sure it was the at key? Maybe it was carrots. AT-ATs? I thought it was carrots. Okay. So these AT-ATs are like walking, buh, 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 and Luke's like, whoa, bro, those things are huge. How are we supposed to fight those? Oh, I know. I'll put a string around them. And so he did. He started tying string around them really fast. And then they tripped and fell. And then out, would you believe, JJ, when they fell, they busted wide open and all this candy and stuff just started going everywhere. It was the coolest thing. These AT-ATs were a special type of AT-AT called an AT-AT pinata. Can you say pinata?
Pinata.
Yes. And it just so happened that the admiral there, it was her daughter's quinceañera, so they were all like, candy, bro! And they all ran out, started eating the AT-AT candy. It was really cool. You know what they had in there? They had they had Tootsie Rolls, popsicles, corn on the cob, and some Hoth dogs were in there, of course, and Reese's peanut butter cups. Do you know what else? Can you think of anything else that they had?
Unicorn horns that were rainbow, that were candy.
Ooh, I like it. I like where you're going with that. Okay.
Get my hands.
You want me to lift you over? Oh, there you go, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I saved my life
I saved you.
from
Okay,
that
so
monster.
anyway, the quinceañera's over, and then the shield broke, and here come all the forces, and they're like, oh, we're getting beat, dude, we gotta go. And then Chewie's over there like, he can't talk because he's got Tootsie Rolls stuck all in his teeth and his mouth is going, and then he got stuck because his fur was sticking to the Tootsie Rolls, and he got stuck in the snow. And then all of a sudden, what?
I need to throw this rope to Ray because she's down at Hoth. This rope is so long it can go across the field.
Okay, get it. Get her. Save her. You're her only rope. Save her, Luke. You're her only rope.
I got her.
Okay, good.
Pull me.
I'll pull you to safety.
No, not me. Her.
Oh,
I'm going to her to safety.
okay.
You pull me.
Okay. All right, so at any rate, after that, the rebels had to get out of Dodge and take off, right? But so they jump on the linoleum Falcon, and it had recently been cleaned. It was really shiny, and so when they took off, the sun shone on the Millennium Falcon, bounced off the snow, and then right into Darth Vader's eyes. And he's like, I can't see. I got sunspots in my eyes. Where'd they go? And boom, they were out of there and totally left that dude in the dust. He didn't even know where they went because he got blinded by the light. And
Ray's still down there.
No, they got out. And
no, Ray.
No, Ray wasn't down on Hoth.
Our life, silly.
In what?
Jackie Bunny.
Our life. Oh, you said in our life. Okay. Here she is.
No, pretend she's still down there.
Oh, okay. Save her.
Make her catch this rope.
Okay, catch it.
Catch rope.
Pull her up. Pull her to safety. There you go. Okay. And then after that, Darth was even angrier, and he started going, no! And when he did, he breathed out, and all the ice and snow on the planet started melting because his breath was not breathing. And then that was it. The next episode was where it continues. Okay.
Catch this.
Catch this. I don't think that's a good idea.
What will happen?
It's possible you would fall.
It's possible.
Say good night.
Good